On Bull Runners, welcome back to the channel. So exciting morning to wake up to, or evening, depending on where you're watching this in the world right now. Maybe you're watching this in the future. You're over in Germany. You know, you're 8-10 hours ahead of the United States right now. Well, XRP 47 cents. You're waking up. You're seeing 60 cents right now, 50 cents right now. This is live as I refresh CoinMarketCap.com. What's happening? Well, let's get into it. I got a lot of news to cover with you guys because, you know, Brad Garlinghouse, he just posted this less than an hour ago. He said, we said in December 2020 that we were on the right side of the law and we'll be on the right side of history. Thankful to everyone who helped us get to today's decision, one that is for all crypto innovation in the US, more to come. And let's start planning that proper party. So I think you know what that means. Give this video a like, guys, if you've been staying tuned, if you've been plugging into all the XRP content. And Jeremy Hogan just posted, he says, congratulations to you, my friend. What I see from a first read, though, Judge Torres ended up splitting the baby. Yes, she finds the sales in which the buyers bought XRP directly from Ripple were sales of securities that amount to an illegal, alleged to be 728 million. So we're going to talk about what this really means. And this is a major, major win, though, because Judge Torres has issued her ruling on the parties' motions for summary judgment. And so crazy timing right now, because as XRP breaks out, you know, we compare this all the way back on the chart. And I'll get into the charts with you guys in a little bit, but all the way back from right here, you know, is this going to happen where we saw XRP surge from, you know, 20 some cents to 80 cents and ultimately the all-time high? Are we going to do that again with this ruling? The major question is not like, are we going to pump, but how high will XRP go? And is there enough liquidity in the markets right now for XRP to, you know, retest its all-time high relatively quickly because of the market cap that needs to flow into this project with macro market conditions with the Fed and all that good stuff. But I do have some amazing news to share with you guys on top of all of this, and some interesting thing that I found scouring the web, looking for the news every single day. We're covering this for you guys to make sure you guys are in the know on what's going on. So number two, Jeremy Hogan is saying she finds that programmatic sales do not satisfy the third prong of Howey, no reasonable expectation of profit. So congrats to everybody. That's about 757 million worth. Ripple wins that. She finds other sales were not really sales and don't meet the first prong of the Howey test. That's another 600 million. So Ripple wins. She does not adopt the investment contract. Investment contracts require a contract test, although it's a weird way she does. Ripple loses that one, so she does not allow the FND to proceed to trial. Ripple loses. As expected, the individual defendants issue will go to trial. So this isn't over yet. There's still some things that need to take place. She does not address secondary market sales yet, but per this order, most of the XRP out in this world are not securities. And so with a fungible token, it's not logically possible that secondary sales of XRP would be considered a security. So most likely Ripple will win the secondary sales argument. And that in any one XRP token is inherently a security. Therefore, secondary market sales are not unlawful sales. Tell us if you disagree in the comments. He says, next page, I promise. In conclusion, congratulations to you. Ripple will appeal, probably, but it will absolutely survive. Absolutely survive. This is what I love about the law. The judge arrived about where we thought and hoped, but she took a different route than expected, and it took a little bit longer than everybody was, you know, planning for. And so, if we're looking around here, this is one thing I want to talk about, and then we'll go back into the news of this lawsuit and potential XRP price prediction for 2023. But listen to this. This is pretty trippy. I found this on Twitter with Cypress Demansicor, or however you say their name. Watch this.
Payments Canada, FNA. And I just thought I'd stop in and show you all something real fast. You see this right here? FNA, 208 views 2 weeks ago. Interesting. FNA is a trusted organization by the world's largest central banks, government authorities, commercial banks, and financial infrastructures. Oh, would you look at that?
Bank of England, U.S.
Look at all
Department
those
of Treasury,
interesting market participants
U.S. Department
right
of
there.
Defense,
They
World
can't
Bank.
all be systematically important, right?
Absolutely not. No, they're not important
check
at all.
This out.
U.S. Department of
Look at that.
Defense, you know, they're nobody.
Whoa.
Oh, interesting.
What's that right there? Must be there by accident.
Yep.
I don't know. Department of Treasury.
Photoshop.
Department of Defense. Payments Canada. FNA. FNA. What? Central bank training. Oversight and innovation in payments and settlements. Interesting. Okay. Whoa. What? Ripple used FNA to simulate the liquidity needs of banks interacting over a network over time, and made it possible to determine the required liquidity flows within a hub bank to support the projected network volumes and values and to justify the benefits of the new service network. What does that say right there? Interledger protocol. Interesting.
So very, very interesting, right? Could mean nothing. Could mean nothing. Could mean absolutely nothing. I mean, Bank of England, Monetary Authority of Singapore, Hong Kong Monetary Authority, Bank of Indonesia, Bank for International Settlements. The bank. Who's the Bank for International Settlements, by the way? They are the bank that tells all central banks around the world what to do, and they're talking about blockchain technology and Project Icebreaker and Project Polaris and everything to usher in CBDCs. And if we go to the FNA website, 1997, Kimmo Soramaki, who's the founder, builds the world's first payment system simulator at the Bank of Finland. 2001, September 11 attack reveals the importance of tracking terrorist networks and the vulnerability of critical infrastructures, thus creating a $1.25 trillion U.S. national security budget. 2008, the collapse of the Lehman Brothers reveals the intricate exposure networks of the banks. The ensuing financial crisis wipes off $20 trillion from the world GDP and creates a $25 billion regtech market. 2014, FNA was founded in London based on the realization that much larger global financial data sets require more advanced and powered analytical tools. Distributed ledger technology, what Ripple has been doing. FNA's express purpose was to prepare the world for the next crisis. 2017, FNA wins enterprise subscription clients, including CME and Payments Canada. 2018, FNA wins Central Bank's Best Data Analytics Provider Award, and its technology continues to become critical to the world's central banks and supervisors. 2019, FNA onboards the world's most important central bank in its first global systematically important bank, GSIB. 2020, COVID hits. The pandemic reveals the fragile nature of the world supply network and critical interconnections between global industries and banks. 2022, FNA works with the BIS Innovation Hub. We've been covering what the Bank for International Settlements, Bank of International Settlements has been doing, Monetary Authority of Singapore, and Bank of England on Project Ellipse, a single platform for authorities to access timely and integrated sources of data to help support and inform their supervisory assessment. So all of this, in regards to how Ripple plays a role into this, has been under hush-hush, and there was a reason why the judge, has been taking a long period of time for this. And so, regardless of the outcome, I've said it, whether the outcome's good or bad, it's good either way because, the partnerships that are being made is pushing things forward. And, Tom Emmer posted this on Twitter saying the Ripple case is monumental in this development, establishing that a token is separate and distinct from an investment contract, or may not be part of. Now let's make it law. Right here it says XRP as a digital token is not in and of itself a contract, transaction or scheme that embodies the Howey requirement or individual contract. So the real question out of this that will come is, how much power does this guy lose? Ronald McDonald, Gary Gensler at the SEC, how much power does he lose? And, his ego is going to be hurting after this. So who's he going to go after next? Their contingency plan was filing the lawsuit against Coinbase and Binance in case they lost, because I believe they knew they were going to lose and they needed something else to try and slow down the crypto industry because, Gary Gensler is losing power here. And so crypto 1, SEC 0. What's next is the outcome for Coinbase and Binance, because they know that Coinbase and Binance were listing so many other altcoins, and the outcome for those exchanges is going to be a little bit tougher than what Ripple had to go through because of how many altcoins they listed on their exchanges that could be considered securities. And they only need one. And there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them listed. And so with everyone posting all over Twitter, just in, U.S. judge rules in favor of Ripple. The SEC case, XRP is not a security. Congratulations for 2023 Hackathon sponsor Ripple for this win. So this is an exciting moment nonetheless, but at the same time too, what does this mean? And so defendants' motions for summary judgment is granted as the programmatic sales and other distributions in Larson and Garlinghouse's sales are denied as to the institutional sales. So within a matter of minutes, I woke up go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden, right while I'm on the toilet, man, I'm looking at it, and XRP is growing right while I'm watching there. So I'm like, okay, this is when the news hits. And all of a sudden, now where are we at right now? We're at 60 cents. So we're hovering around 59, 60 cents right here. So when we look at the market cap of XRP, how much higher will XRP go in the short term? Well, we're at a $31 billion market cap. We would need to see a 60 billion for XRP to go to $1.20. If we go over the past year and we click all, $1.80 right here, that would need to be, a 3x for XRP in terms of market cap. So $90 billion. Now that can happen relatively fast. It's anyone's guess on how quick that liquidity can flow into the market, because, the amount of money that's just been pumped in the short revealing of this news today, we still have a week of more news to cover and the rest of the world to discover what just happened here and how long XRP has been suppressed in this range right here. Because when the lawsuit hit and it dropped it back in December, when XRP went all the way down to 17 cents right here, end of December, we have been in this range for 925 days. So from 2020, I remember vividly what that felt like when I woke up and I saw my portfolio of XRP absolutely dive bomb, and I held on to my XRP the entire time. I didn't sell my XRP down at 17 cents. I didn't sell it up at $1.80. I've just been holding the entire time. This is massive bullish news because we just broke this resistance right here, from September of 2022, October of 2022, 29th of March of 2023. And also this acted as a massive support back in June of 2021 when XRP broke out. So if I were to draw this resistance right here, right there, let me circle it for you guys so you can see what I'm looking at right here as support, right here, kind of bobbled around it for a little bit, not too long, fell off the shelf with May, with all the collapses that were taking place, that FTX debacle, the plant that happened between Sam Bankman-Fried, Caroline Edison, and her father, and how he's connected with Gary Gensler, and used to be MIT professor and all that stuff, and worked with Gary Gensler and knew him personally. So, everyone was saying that FTX was a plan to take down the crypto industry. And so it's all a stage, right? This is all planned. The elite of the world, they know what they're doing before it happens. They're not just, a lot of times they do improvise, but they have a plan beforehand, and they don't tell the commoners that plan. They get around round tables, they get in these private meetings, they discuss things, and the judges are in on a lot of it as well too, and they're told to keep hush hush. But we look right here, this was massive resistance to the T, like to the exact price point of 57, 58 cents right here. And so the fact that we're breaking above it right now, XRP I believe will hold this, and it'll kind of bobble around for a little bit, but I believe we're going higher. And we're going higher when the rest of the world discovers this, institutions start pouring money into XRP. So, I know a lot of people are wondering, should you buy XRP right now? I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what I personally feel is going to happen. My price prediction for XRP has always been between $10 and $30, anywhere between there, once we pass the all-time high. But that's contingent on liquidity in the rest of the markets as well too. And when they flip the switch for these central banks. And what I just revealed to you guys and showed you guys about FNA, Bank for International Settlements, and what that means for XRP. That could mean anything, man. We could see hundreds of billions of dollars flow into this. We could see tens of billions. We could see trillion or more flow into XRP. It's quite very well possible. So for XRP, if I'm saying like a $10 price prediction for XRP, if we were to draw the Fibonacci retracement from the April high to the low of June of 2022, and we were to see a full extension, what that means, a full extension for XRP would be $7.47. Now, what I do expect to happen for XRP is as it starts to, go back up to retest these price zones right here, 87 cents, $1.35, then $1.87. I would expect to see some massive price resistance within these ranges right here for XRP, because all of the people that bought during this time right here that were still holding till this day might be selling at a break even, which I don't know why. I don't know why they would do that. Some people would get impatient knowing that, hey, I could break even, get out before, they're thinking that it would go back down. But ultimately, with good news happening here and crypto getting the green light with BlackRock's ETF, eventually, getting approved, if the SEC approves that, we'll see what that looks like. But 45 to 200 days later, as the SEC's approval period for that, and they're going to modify it and give surveillance control for people that are investing in their exchange traded fund, their spot ETF and all that. But with judge ruling on the sale of XRP being not securities except to institutions, and so programmatic sales of XRP made by the company were not illegal, says the court, but Ripple isn't off the hook just yet. So the federal judge presiding over the Ripple Labs case against the Securities and Exchange Commission ruled the XRP token is not a security, not necessarily a security on its face, except when it was sold to raise funds from institutions. So federal judge ruled that programmatic sales to the public, buyers, and distribution of XRP to Ripple Lab employees did not constitute the sale of unregistered securities. The court did not address secondary market sales of XRP, though. And so the secondary sales, I think, will be fine. The judge, however, did conclude that 728 million worth of contracts from institutional sales did constitute unregistered security sales, and those investors would have purchased XRP with the expectation that they would derive profits from Ripple efforts. And so Torres wrote, therefore, having considered the economic reality and totality of circumstances surrounding the institutional sales, the court concludes that Ripple's institutional sales of XRP constituted the unregistered offer and sale of investment contracts in violation of Section 5 of the Securities Act. Ripple Labs, which was launched to help banks and other financial institutions move money fast and with very low fees, has been battling the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission in its court since 2020 in the lawsuit. Right, you guys know what they've been alleging right here, and so let's keep going through the news articles, because here's what this means. And is XRP security, because splitting the baby, like Jeremy Hogan says, where they can rule if like secondary sales are or aren't, and the initial sales are or aren't. So the ruling stated that the sale of XRP constituted the unregistered offer and sale of investment contracts in violation of Section 5 of the Securities Act. Furthermore, it also mentioned that foregoing the reason the SEC's motion for summary judgment is granted as to the institutional sales and otherwise denied, defendants' motions for summary judgment is granted as to the programmatic sales and other distributions, is denied, right? So the programmatic sales and secondary sales, I don't know how that would make secondary sales security. So I think it'll be clear in that. But all the history of this, is this not good news or bad news? Well, according to Adam Cochran, managing partner at Sinaheim Ventures, the final judgment mostly stands in favor of XRP. However, he stated that the programmatic sales of XRP didn't meet the third prong of the Howey test. All in all, Cochran called that a huge win for XRP, and also stated that if XRP wasn't a security, Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't securities either. Ripple's case, here it is, good and bad, but it's mostly very, very good for altcoins, and surprisingly big win for XRP. But the SEC will be going after a lot of altcoins after this, and that's what I've been saying on the channel. And I mean, that's pretty obvious. You guys understand that a lot of how these other altcoins were launched, the SEC would want to take them down because there's no need. I mean, you go on here, you go on CoinMarketCap, XRP's at 62 cents right now, so it's gonna keep growing, it's gonna keep moving. And so stay tuned into the channel, guys. Subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be coming out with videos very frequently on this, as we have every single day for the past few years. But when we look right here, there's no need for 26,316 cryptocurrencies. That's crazy, right? That's a lot of cryptocurrencies. A select few are going to dominate the majority of the market share. And the fact that XRP has held in the top 10 during the entire lawsuit is everything you need to know, because the fact that it stayed up there, all the big whales are still holding it. They know that XRP would get the clarity that they need, and so pumping 33% the past 7 days, 33% of that is in the past 24 hours. So that's absolutely massive. And so in terms of where XRP is going to go next, obviously it's anyone's guess, no guarantees, but it's going up, man. It's going up. XRP is going to move up. And so right now that it's breaking out, this is great news, because this has been a long-standing zone of resistance as it, hit support all the way back 753 days ago. But when it broke down below this level and it formed this resistance, 290 days, over a year as we've been in this range right here. And so the next area of resistance for XRP is going to be right around 70 cents, right here. And so, as we can see right here, where XRP wicked at back at 70 cents right here, wicked at it right here. You can see it acted as support through this range right here, 85 cents, 75 to 85 cents right here, 75 cents. And then all through this zone right here. There's going to be a lot of selling pressure through this. So I would expect XRP's next stop, 63 cents. I expect XRP to go up to 70 cents, bobble around for a little bit, and then go higher upwards from there. And so bullish bullish, super bullish right here. And this is reminding me of what happened back here, because everyone was considered crazy Looney Tunes for holding XRP during this entire time period right here, when Bitcoin was just steadily doing this, right? Bitcoin was steadily doing this, and XRP was doing nothing. I mean, you were sitting at a loss if you bought XRP in May of 2017, and you're holding up in this point, you were at a 50% loss. So if you put $100,000 in XRP, you were sitting at, let's just do some math here. Let's do some simple math. If you put $100,000 in XRP at 40 cents, well, then you would have got how many XRP of that? So you go pull out the calculator with me real quick. $100,000 times by 0.40, you would have 40,000 XRP. Well, sitting at a 60% loss, I mean, you could have sold at a 60% loss or a 50% loss and had 20 grand at the end of that, right before XRP took off. Well, let's do the math here, and see how much, if you would have just held compared to Bitcoin, where you would have been at, okay? Where that would have been at. And so XRP going up, let's say you sold XRP at $3, okay? You waited till, no, not $3, sorry, $2.50. Let's say you didn't catch the quite at the peak, but sold close enough to the peak. You didn't catch $2.80. You caught $2.50 times by 2.50. Well, 2.50, okay? So actually, my bad, 100,000 XRP times by divide by 0.40. Am I doing the math right on that? $100,000 into XRP divide by 0.40. Yeah, 250,000 XRP is what you would have, times by 2.5. You would have $625,000. So you would have seen a massive growth in XRP at that stage right there. But let's just say if you bought XRP down here at 20 cents, you would have seen 1,500%. Or if you bought XRP all the way down here, so all the way back from 2017, before XRP even took off, getting it at 5 cents. Imagine that. Imagine buying XRP at 5 cents, seeing it go all the way down, 90% loss. And you'd be like, this project's a scam. I'm getting out. You bought at 5 cents at the absolute peak. It goes down to 0.005 cents, 90% loss, okay? So $100,000 being worth 10 cents in 2016. Well, how long would you have had to wait before it rallied up? You would have had to wait right here. I mean, from 5 cents, you would have had to wait 1,456 days, all the way to top, almost 1,500 days, almost 1,500 days. And what would have been your percentage gains on that? 4,400%, 4,400%, not bad, 40x is not bad. So, if you had 250,000 XRP, or you put 100,000 in at 5 cents, what is that? So take $100,000 divided by 0.05, you'd have 2 million XRP. Let's say you sold XRP at 40 cents, right? Times by 0.40. Well, that's $800,000. That would have been an 8x for you right there. If you bought at the absolute peak in December of 2013, you just held and you sold before XRP went from 40 cents up to another $3.30. So that's why patience is the game here, because even if you sold at 40 cents, I mean, you would have caught a nice profit from that. You would have had to wait another 200 days. XRP consolidating sideways, forming this symmetrical triangle right here, right? Where you see higher lows forming, lower highs forming. That's a symmetrical triangle. So it coiling up, it could have gotten any which way. People thought at this stage right here that XRP was going to do something like this, right? It was just going to fizzle out and do nothing and go down. But that last pump that took XRP from 20 cents to, almost $4 is the difference between, 6 cents and right here, that's 5,300%, a 50x right there. If you would have bought XRP, let's say at 0.005 right before the takeoff, I mean, that was a 57,000%. 57,000%. That is insane. Let's do some math here. Let's do some moon math, okay? But this isn't even moon math. This is facts. This is facts here on what happened. So XRP, $100,000 divided by 0.005. That's 20 million XRP. Let's say you sold at $3 times by 3. You would have had $60 million, okay? $100,000 to $60 million. Where can you do that? You can't do that anywhere else. You can't do that anywhere else. Now, will XRP do that again? I don't think so. Now, people are going to hate me in the comments for that, but liquidity, I think it could, but based on where we're at right now compared to the past, I think the majority of the gains that were made were right here. We're during this phase. Now, if XRP becomes the world reserve currency and it partners with all these central banks, like the stars are aligning, then I think it could do something along those lines. Now, if it pulls a 70,000%, cool. I'm not saying that will happen, and I'm also not planning on something like that. But if it does, I mean, we're all going to be on the beaches of the moon, man. You'll be coming to my private island. I'll be coming to your private island. If you're holding XRP, we'll be hopping on our jet skis and, our boats, our mansions, and we'll all be partying together from all over the world and all that good stuff. But regardless, the most important thing that I'm focused on right now is holding. Number one, I'm just holding, right? I'm not selling anything right now. This little pump right here is exciting to 60 cents, but this is not, you're not tasting victory yet. It's just like winning a little battle here. XRP Ripple won a little battle here, but the war is far from over. So for anyone to sell right now after waiting this entire time, especially if you bought XRP pre-lawsuit, if you bought XRP at 20 cents, I was accumulating XRP after COVID. I was accumulating XRP at 20 cents, 25 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents. I bought some XRP at 80 cents, $1. I was accumulating XRP the entire 2017 process, right? At 20 cents. I accumulated XRP over here as well too before the rally. And I held. The only time that I had to liquidate my portfolio was during COVID when I had to pay rent. And that sucked because I wanted to keep holding because I believed in this project. I actually had Cardano too. I got Cardano at 5 cents. And then I had I had XLM as well too, back in the 2017 period, 2016, 2017, before that massive bull run. And it sucked because my business wasn't working, things were going down, so I had to liquidate my portfolio and at the bottom, which sucked. But then, business started working out. I started applying myself more. I took more action. I got more serious because pain breeds, results. Pain, when you go through a lot of pain, then you'll figure out ways to get results, and you'll figure out ways to get your business to grow, and you'll develop different skill sets that challenge you as a human being, where in reality, if you just work a job, you're not going through much pain. It's like a dog on a porch with a farmer right there. A mailman comes by every single day and delivers the mail to the farmer, and he goes up to the porch, throws the mail on the porch, has a little conversation with the farmer, and he notices this dog is whimpering. It's kind of sitting there just whining, and he doesn't think anything of it, doesn't want to get into too much conversation because he's got to do his mail route, so he goes about his day. The next day, he comes back and delivers the mail to the guy sitting on the rocking chair. The dog's still laying on the porch, just whining a little bit. Doesn't think anything much of it, just thinks the dog's sick or old or something, goes about his day. The next day, comes back, delivers the mail. The dog's whining again, so he asks the farmer, he's like, "Is your dog all right? Is he okay?" And the farmer's like, "Yeah, he's completely fine. He's just laying on a nail." He's like, "That's his spot. The nail just doesn't hurt him bad enough to where he wants to get off of it." And so that's most people in their life right now. That nail is their 9 to 5. That nail is their job. It's painful. It's annoying, but it doesn't hurt you bad enough to where, it's making you sick. You're paying your bills. You're just barely above water. You have enough to, go to the movies on the weekend. You have enough to pay your Costco bill, but you can't dine out at the 5-star restaurants every night. You can't go to the yacht clubs. You can't go on a vacation a month. You have to save up for maybe a vacation a year, maybe a cruise every year. You have to do the budget inside room. You can't do the balcony view because you're laying on the nail. You don't want to get off the nail, and your boss knows that they can pay you just enough to keep you there, but not so much, but not so little that you quit, and not enough to where, it puts the company under. So they're paying you just enough to where you don't leave, but that's not making you free. And so this nail, it just is just agonizing you to the point where, you have to increase the pain on that nail. And until that happens, you will not get off the nail.